Hi, hello, welcome to my channel. You have found me. Today I decided to take a little break from all the usual type of games, horror games specifically, and just taking a nice deep breath and go for something more calm. I've seen one of my friends play this a while ago, and I've kind of then forgot about it, and then started on this game. You know what? Sure, why not? So, yeah. Let's thank Quartz Owl in the comments for showing me the game. And that's who I got it from. The knowledge that this game exists from, anyway. I don't really know much about it since I kinda forgot that the game existed and didn't really pay too much attention. Which is fine. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? Summer in Sunset Bird was a special time of year. Your usually sleepy town began to bustle. It was a popular tourist destination, with people coming from all over to enjoy the beach, the weather, and the relaxation that came with both. The smell of the ocean, crisp and salty, hung in the air, bringing 3 whole months of schoolless vacation with it. During the summer, your moms didn't like you to wander too far outside your neighborhood, so you knew the area pretty well. That included the people. Families came and went from Sunset Bird, but they mostly stayed and did what your mom called cutting down roots. They helped. They built businesses, they got to know each other, and they definitely said hello to the nice young kids who waved when passing their stores. Going for a walk around town mostly meant that the familiar, friendly residents waved or asked how your family was, or most often, just said hello. You ended up saying hi to a lot of different people, since most of the tourists that came and went every summer were the same ones. You enjoyed learning about where they were visiting from, and hoped to visit those places one day too. But today there was a man sitting on the curb outside your house. He was sitting with his head in his hands, his whole body slumped over, and you wondered if he was even a real person or a statue that had magically sprung up from the ground overnight. Whoever or whatever he was, you had never seen him before. One thing about knowing everyone's Sunset Bird was that people who you didn't recognize really stood out. It was rare for tourists to venture into the residential district, as your moms called it. So for you, not knowing who a total stranger was, set off a lot of red flags. Your moms had talked with you and your big sister Lizzie about this kind of situation before. You hadn't exactly been listening at the time. You think it would be okay to talk to new people. They mentioned that some people aren't good to talk to you, but other types of people can help you even if you don't know them. You know, we'll get into one. You weren't sure about this man yet. Whether he was nice or not, you didn't want to be bothered, but you were pretty interested, wanted to know what was going on. Still, you felt a bit scared knowing that he was blocking out your window. It's in the way of my front door, but mine as well. You slowed down. Your eyes remained fixed on the man. There was a split second where your eyes met. Sorry. There was a split second where your eyes met, and you knew he was aware he wasn't alone on the street anymore. Hey! You raised your eyebrows at the shout. Does he want something? Is that what he was saying? The man stood up and started to make his way towards you. No one seemed too approachable you or drive instead, still unsure about him but willing to friendly offered the stranger a smile. Yeah, I do that. I do that a lot for people I don't know. The man gives a grin of his own back. See, you always want to at least give a small smile to strangers that you don't know, because even just a smile goes a long way for some people, because you don't know what's going on in their life. Like me personally, I walk around my town with my headphones on, so I can't really hear people talk because I have music going on in my headphones. So I just smile when I can, if I can see someone who's at least in close proximity, because I don't wear my glasses outside my house unless I'm going in the car. But because I'm in my town, I typically don't wear my glasses when I walk, unless I go to the shops. Then my glasses are in the bag, in my face. So I know that I've got them most of the time. Do you live around here? What's your name? You look the man up and down, taking in his tan skin, relaxed appearance. At least his clothes were relaxed. The way he was acting wasn't. Ooh, are they swim trunks? Because I like the sharks, and I also like his stingray tattoo. They're pretty cool. He had sharks on his shorts and stingray tattoo. You wondered if he was obsessed with the ocean or something. While you make your assessment, he looked at you expectantly, waiting for an answer to his question. Yeah, I live there. That's great! He looked happy to hear, giving you a broad smile. Money! He reached into his pocket and pulled out a clean $20 bill. It looked crinkled in his hand as he held it up to you. Even more confused than before, you looked back at him. Well, could you do me a favor? Nobody bribes. Nothing bad. Sorry, I should have. Let me start over. He cleared his throat and stood up straighter. From where you were standing, it just made him look creepier. I have a son. His name is Cove. Who's about your age? Cove, that seemed like a strange name for an actual living person to you. To the inside of your cheek, this guy was definitely obsessed with water. You thought that was pretty cool. You have an angle with that name. We moved across the seat. The seat? We moved across the street, see? He gestured towards the house that had been empty for a year, his watch catching the late afternoon sunlight and reflecting off the walls. The gigantic "For Sale" sign was finally gone. You must be Kelly Wolf, right? I met your moms earlier. They told me you were 8, just like him, so... He took the $20 bill to bring it back to your attention, a hopeful smile tilting his lips at the corners. Can you try to be friends with the boy? Just give it a chance, and you can keep this. He's a good kid, you'll like him. But you've got to keep it a secret, too, okay? It wouldn't be friendly to say his dad sent you. You eyed the man and you kind of felt sorry for Cove. Do other kids really get their parents to pay for friendships? Yeah, the rich kid stereotype. This definitely wasn't the normal way kids made friends. You knew that. What'd you say? Want to make a deal? Yeah, thank you. Sorry. He definitely did enough to notice, but not completely.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? It won't be so bad, even if it's just for the summer. That'd be enough. That only made this sound more strange to you. Why does us think the summer matter? It was clear his initial strategy wasn't going to fly. He tucked the bill into his back pocket and changed the request. Again, you don't have to. Would you be comfortable with he and I coming by for a normal visit? No money involved. Yeah, I want to meet him. His smile got bigger again. His eyes crinkled at the sides. I'll bring him by tomorrow. I want him to meet and greet the neighbors today, but well, I don't know where he's going off to. He laughed when he said that, but with the way his face looked, you thought he actually wanted to cry. If you see him, can you tell him to come home? He's got a pink cast and gloves. You can't miss it. Sure thing. This definitely wasn't the normal way kids made friends. You knew that, but you're still gonna help. The man smiled and reached out to Peggy and had paused before doing so, then pulled his hand away instead. The moms are already checking around and forming such a thoughtful group you are. Now I better go look too. Time for everyone else to work while I keep sitting here. I thought he might come back and that's not important. I have to go. Thanks again, Callie, so much. He dropped off down the street without another word. We decided to go check the hills behind your house. Because we know this neighborhood like the back of our hand. Step 1. First sight. The chirping of crickets in the tall grass greeted you, quiet and familiar. From the top of the hill you could see the ocean as you walked. You listened to the crash of the waves on the shore, the seagulls squawking as they settled down for the night. You love to hear stories about the sea, about the merfolk and the sea serpents you imagine living far beneath the waves. Sometimes you could almost convince yourself that you'd seen a patch of those shiny mermaid's tail in the distance. You took a deep breath. You wanted to try to relax and couldn't. You weren't sure, but something told you weren't alone, so you glanced around. There was a boy sitting at the top of one hill, almost completely hidden with the long grass and white flowers surrounding him. His head was buried in his knees, staring ahead by himself. For whatever reason, probably just that he wasn't paying attention. He hadn't noticed you yet. You watched him a minute longer, feeling like a bit of yourself. Feeling like a little bit like you'd found a deer in the wild. Though deer didn't have pink casks. This new boy did. You wondered how he got it. After a few more seconds, you took a step forward, then another, and then he glanced your way. His aquamarine eyes reflected in the light of the moon. You stopped, raising a hand to acknowledge him, to show you weren't scared. Hi! He didn't say anything, just stared at you in a strange way. He'd been crying. There were traces of tears on his cheeks, and his knees soaked the hem of his shorts. His eyes were still shining with a few more. You'd obviously caught him off guard. His cast seemed to glow in the twilight, though when he caught you staring at it, he hid his arm behind his back. Something the man earlier said stuck out to you. Oh? Ah! Eyes wide, he studied you. How'd you know that? Lucky yes. No way, tell the truth. Okay, your dad told me who you are. So, is this your house? He gestured with his uninjured arm to the patch of grass surrounding you, his face falling at the prospect. I can leave if it is. You shook your head. While doing so, you also picked at a strand of lint on your leg. What a weird question to ask someone. Oh. He sat back down with a thumb resting his chin on his knees again. Curious about the new boy, with an odd dad, you sat on the patch of grass next to him. The pure white clouds that covered the hill rocked back and forth gently as the stars twinkled above. The way they dotted the sky made them seem like flowers too. The night wind was cool as it traveled over the ocean and up the hill, chasing away the heat from the afternoon sun. Why'd your family move? A quiet hiccup escaped Cove as soon as you asked the question. Almost like they never stopped, his tears started up again with a vengeance. My parents, I don't want to live together with them anymore. The tears fell fast and heavy over his flushed cheeks, sticking in his dark lashes. My mom made my dad leave and he took me with him, and now we have a house here and I want to go home. The outburst took you off guard. By the time he was done wailing, Cove's chest was heaving with exhaustion. He sniffled and removed his glasses, wiping out his eyes, the back of his hand before he put them back on. Again. I hate this place. I want my real life back. I want my mom. I'm sorry. He slipped his hands underneath his glasses and pressed his fingers against his eyelids. Cove wound himself up again for another long crying fit. You felt bad for him being forced to come here with no choice. You couldn't imagine what it would feel like to live with only one of your moms. But it must be pretty hard. But from way off in the distance you heard your parents. Callie! Cove! Kids, where did you go? Cove looked at you, tears still clinging to his cheeks. Don't tell them why I don't want to go back to this house. I want to go home. It'll be okay. You were struck by a sudden need to reassure Cove. It's not all going to be fun. But isn't he your family too? Yeah, I guess. Then you can count on him when you really, really need him. You shot him a grin and pushed yourself to your feet. Slowly, Cove stood up with you, still looking a little reluctant. His dad's voice rang out again. Cove! Can you hear me? He looked towards the sound of his dad's voice, silent, then turned away whilst rubbing his mouth bandage down. Sorry. I still don't want to go. He tried me. Are you sure? You'd have to stay outside the whole night and sleep on wet mats. Before Cove could say anything else, you heard his dad's voice again, even closer than before. There you are, bud! The trio of parents appeared over the curve of the hill. Instantly, all their eyes landed on you, and they rushed over. Now, look at my moms! Both of your moms were at your side in a split second, their faces filled with worry. I love my parents. Callie! You're here after all. We had been at the park to check the Cove and then heard what happened earlier, when you met the new neighbor. I thought you might have gone off further away. Cove didn't want to go home this year. Mommy gave Cove a small smile and then she turned back to you. Thank God you're both fine. Were you two having fun out here? I reckon she's mommy and she's mom. It's hard to tell. You looked at Cove, who was wiggling against his dad's tight hug and pushing at his arms. He's good. I think I'm gonna marry him. Yes, I like him. You nodded, smiling slightly. Finally letting go of his squirming, scowling son, Cove's dad turned to the three of you. Thanks very much for finding him. I don't really know this neighborhood. Good thing Callie knows this whole area so well. Absolutely. We should be getting home now. It's been a long day for us all. Say goodbye, Clark. Bye. The two of them walked off into the darkness, heading towards the neighborhood. You watched Clove's being cast until it disappeared. I was right, she was Mom! Tell you what, we'll have a proper play date tomorrow, okay? Your new friend's dad wanted to bring him by to see you and Lizzie. How does that sound? That smell kind of gives me the creeps. I don't know why. Sure. Can I show you my stuff? Of course. Okay. Both of your moms laugh, with the sounds of overlapping into a warm, familiar chorus. Mommy put her arms around your shoulder and led you towards the path. Satisfied and more than a little ready to go to bed after your long, exciting day, you followed them home. Woohoo! My feelings were cold. Choose your feelings. This is how you feel towards code for this step. It can change in later steps. Hopefully relaxed. I'm not gonna put crush for this step because like we're getting to know Carl. But I'm not gonna put indifferent because like we're gonna go with font. And we're gonna say right here. And this will be all for today's episode. It is definitely something I want to cover more of. I'm definitely liking this. It's gonna be my little series. So yeah. I do want to say at some point my schedule is gonna go from 3 videos a week to 2 videos a week. For a little while, but I'm not entirely sure when that's gonna happen yet. So when I do know, I will let you guys know for sure. But until then, thanks for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe, and definitely comment down below a big thank you to Spirit Quartz Owl or just Owl for making sure I knew about this game. It's definitely something I'm gonna be getting into, as well as looking into the different DLCs. So, until then, I'll see you next time, and I will get around to attempting to get past the endo section of Security Breach. I'm still battling it. I can get to the office where the keycard is, but then right after I get the keycard, I end up instantly dying to the ender skeleton outside the door. Even if I time it right, it's always going to be bad. It's annoying. So unless someone has like a way to beat that, it's going to take a while to continue Security Breach. Pizza Simulator is going to continue again in October. Same with Floating Gears. Mondays are now my dad's deleted cuts for Poppy Playtime and Ghana Band, so they're gonna be alternating for a while. Yeah. That is currently all I have. I can think of anyway. So, yeah. Until then, have a great rest of your day, night, evening, morning, whatever. And I'll see you on the next video. And feel free to join our Discord server. Link is in the description. I hope. It should be in the description. Bye!